Welcome to WWP Clips. This is the official Clips channel for We Want Picks. We'll be uploading our individual fight breakdown videos here, so make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our content. And as always, go to wewantpicks.com/bets, sign up with any one of our 5 betting partners, make a deposit, and we send you $50 as a thank you. Next up, at UFC Austin, we have Eddie Wineland taking on Cody Stamann, or Stamann. I always say it wrong, and I mix them up back and forth.
It's Stamann, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just like constantly, I alternate too.
You're not well-read, so it's a public school.
That doesn't help, and I don't even stick with one. Anyway, Eddie Wineland, 24-15 overall, 1-4 in his last 5, coming off a knockout loss over a year ago. Cody Stamann, 19-5 overall. 1-3-1 in his last 5, coming off the early submission loss to Said Nurmagomedov. And default with the $5 super chat. Today is President Trump's birthday. Can I get a huge money parlay? Well, we're breaking down our bets.
We're gonna do a huge.
Okay, you got the cowboy hat on. You got to pick a lane. We're breaking down our bets. We'll talk about parlays as we go. Thank you very much for the super chat.
It's the best channel. We Want Bigs is the best.
Okay. You're very appreciated. Thank you very much. Cody Stamann is a very well-rounded fighter. He wrestled at all levels, including in college, and he started boxing at 16 years old. He's a good technical striker who sets a nice pace, but he doesn't necessarily have the finishing power on his feet, but he does wrestle. He comes in with solid takedowns and works from there. Eddie Wineland is a WEC legend. He was one of the very best little men of his time. He had wins over Scott Jorgensen, Brad Pickett, and Takeya Mizuzaki. And if you've been watching fights for any period of time, you know who those guys are. He's a fun striker with very good takedown defense and a willingness to come forward. He's been under the WEC/UFC banner since 2006 and has been a professional fighter since 2003. That is 20 years of active MMA experience, but also 20 years of damage. This could be a really fun fight. Cody's pace and his almost 3 takedowns per fight average versus Eddie's takedown defense and his striking. Cody's a wrestler, but he has no problems getting in your face and throwing heat before shooting those takedowns. And there is a world where Eddie catches Cody coming in. And it's easy to say that Eddie hasn't won a fight since 2019, but he's been a little inactive, and his 2 losses are to the Sexy Mexi and Sean O'Malley.
Sexy Mexi.
And his win was a fantastic knockout over Popov. Cody Stamann is the pick. But honestly, there should be proper respect shown to somebody as experienced, as dangerous, as fun, and as committed as Eddie Wineland. What do you think, Jackie Bay?
Yeah, we're very, very aligned in our analysis and breakdowns of these fights. I'm glad to see it because I think this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to place. I looked at it, and it's not available yet, which is interesting to me because everything else is available for this card. I'm going to do an inside the distance decisional action bet on Eddie Wineland, because this dude does have KO power. And I know Cody Stamann has never been knocked out. He's never been KO'd. He's never been TKO. But the guy does get hit. I mean, there's no question about that. He is a very hittable guy. And he doesn't really finish people. So this looks like a situation where if it goes to a decision, Cody's going to win. But the guy gets hit. And Eddie, in that Sexy Mexi fight, was actually looking pretty good. Obviously, he kind of got knocked out. It wasn't the flatline knocked out that Sugar hit him with, but he did get TKO'd in that situation. But before that, his in and out, the way he was rolling with stuff actually looked pretty good. And his length and his footwork could give Cody some issues. And if he chooses to sit down on a punch, which I think he probably will a couple times in this matchup, there's a possibility there. I know nobody gets knocked out until they get knocked out, right? So just because somebody has never been knocked out, we saw it happen with Tony Ferguson, doesn't mean they can't get knocked out. It just takes the right shot at the right time. So this is definitely, obviously the odds are what they are. This is Cody Stamann's fight to win. He should win. I think it probably is going to be a decision win. So I might take a little bit of a flyer when those odds drop as inside the distance decisional action. If it goes to decision, I get my money back. But if Eddie lands one of those shots, I think his last 4 wins are TKO or KO wins. So, I think he's going to be able to hit Cody, and whether Cody's chin holds up, we'll see. But definitely my pick is going to be Cody.
Yeah, I'm aligned with you. I mean, these are crazy odds. It's not like Cody is like this world beater, and obviously he's very talented.
He's a very good fighter, but he has lost his last 3 fights as well. So,
yeah, no, I completely agree. And Eddie Wineland, I think they're just throwing him out there. He's got a fight left. He wants to fight, so why not, right? And that's what the odds makers are seeing, and that's what the odds makers have done here. Frankly, I do think he wins. Obviously, there's a world where Eddie wins the fight. The odds probably are correct. You know what I mean? Like they're wide. I said Eddie, people should put proper respect on his name, but the odds are probably correct. Frankly,
they're minus 550 now. They're moving even more.
Yeah, I mean they're probably correct. I think Cody just comes charging forward, shooting takedowns. You saw that average is about 3 takedowns per fight. I don't know if he'll get a finish because Eddie is tough, but Eddie's been finished. I mentioned 20 years of damage in fights. So Cody might honestly be worth the $9,500. I don't know if I love your inside the distance decision no action bet because, it's just tough, man. He's getting up there in age, a lot of damage. I don't think this is a cakewalk, but I do think
Cody hasn't finished somebody since 2017.
I get it, but tons of takedowns, control time. He could score 100-something points in just a regular decision win with takedowns and control time.
No, I don't disagree with that. I'm just saying for my bet, I'm saying you don't think.
Yeah.
That,
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, and I guess I was looking at it through the lens of Eddie gets finished, Sean O'Malley finished him, and you're looking at it through the lens of Cody doesn't finish anybody. So, yeah, both of us, I guess, have solid arguments in that department. But if you do want to take a look at that bet, BetOnline is the only book that offers the wins inside the distance decision no action. Like Jacob said, if Eddie Wineland were to win by stoppage, you hit your bet. If Eddie Wineland loses a decision, you get a refund. The bet never happened. So go to WeWantPicks.com/bets. You sign up, you make a deposit, and we send you $50 as a thank you. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, however you want it. This Monkey Knife Fight strike line, another super wide line. 48 strikes for Eddie Wineland, 83 for Cody. What this is saying is Eddie's going to throw, Cody's going to shoot a takedown, and when he's on top, he's going to pound away. That's exactly what this is saying, and I do think that's what happens. So I think it's a more or less, though. I think Eddie will get some more strikes off. I think Cody will have a little bit of a harder time taking him down than he thinks because Eddie Wineland's got some solid takedown defense and years of experience. And I think once they hit the ground, Cody's going to be trying to keep him there instead of striking. What do you think?
I think it's a more. I think they strike more than we think, honestly.
All right, so you're going more. 83 is just so many for a man.
A guy that pressures that. I mean, because you mentioned his pressure. That guy has nonstop pressure.
He does. So. Well, if you want to take a stab at winning some money betting the more or less on the strike line, go to WeWantPicks.com/MKF.